Hello everybody, OutLander here, and today I am doing my very first YouTube video. I want to do a tutorial for my colony. I want to do this series, hopefully in hopes that somebody watches them and they learn something. I've been playing for a couple years now. I've played on, this game's available for the phone, tablets. I've played on that probably for about a year, and then I transferred my game over to a computer. Haven't looked back since. Um, but yeah, I get a lot of questions from newcomers in the game chat or in my Discord server for this game, and I honestly I spend about half my time answering questions while playing this game. So hopefully I can make a couple of these videos, group them in a series, and you know, somebody watches them, I hope it answers some of their questions. This game doesn't really have a in-depth tutorial, and that can kind of trip up some newcomers. But once you learn it and once you get through some of the confusing parts, it's a pretty straightforward game. I like it. It's pretty solid. There are a few bugs here and there, of course, which we'll get into. But other than that, it's a pretty fun game. So I'm gonna start off like a new player, and I'm gonna show you guys everything, well, almost everything you need to know. Feel free if I miss something out or anything like that. Feel free to post that in the comments and let me know. But we're gonna get going here. This is just like any other game. I play through the Steam application for this, but there is a Microsoft Store, which is what we are running right now. Personally, for my preference, I prefer Steam. Um, with Steam, all you gotta do is you gotta get it, and it's got a premium feature for this game. It's $5, $4.99. I would recommend it. It opens up special buildings, special robots. You can do multiplayer regions, which we'll dive into. Um, by no means am I saying you gotta get it to enjoy the game. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I have it, and I'm glad I spent that. Um, but by no means do you have to get that. You can play this game completely free. Um, but yeah, we'll run on the Microsoft Store application. It's not my go-to, but for the video, um, I wanted to run this and kind of see how it goes. But go over here. Now, once you download the game, you're going to be asked to log in or sign in. You can see sign out, premium upgrade, manage account, and it will take you to this website, apeapps.com. Brandon Steckland's the developer here. This is just like any other thing. You put in your email, put in password. You got all your stuff. This Ape Cloud data. You can save your game data to this, and you can download it in case you ever run into a corrupt file. Mail, my wall, forums here. Here's some other games they got. But yeah, it's a neat little piece. So you'll create your account. Go to this. This is pretty handy. But yeah, then you can finally go back to the game after you make your account. Now, we have more options. Game data, My Colony Podcast, engine settings. This is where you can affect the performance of your game. You can minimize or you can max anything out you want here. But My Colony Universe is pretty cool. I would recommend checking that out. But let's go into a new colony. Now we have online game, multiplayer region, local game, and creative mode. Now, multiplayer region, it says experimental here, you can see. At your own risk, play this. This is pretty buggy, and I do not recommend it. I've had a few, and I would log in the next day, and everything was gone. Absolutely everything. No way to get it back. There has been a recent update that has fixed a lot of it, but I'm waiting for another one to really fix it. Local game, that's where you play on offline. No connection needed. But you can always bring your game online, but once you do, you lose all your resources. You kind of start over. So I would recommend don't even do this option. Just go online and learn it from there. Creative mode, kind of like it's your basic sandbox for this game. Um, Buildings are built instantly and free, and they're all unlocked. But if we click on this, you can see all the different civilizations or factions. United Earth, Zolog Empire, they're the insects. League of Independent States, they're the rebellion group from United Earth. And then the Alpha Drags, these guys are the reptilians. But go back to new here. We'll do online game. Now it's going to bring up our charters. Now everybody has a commonwealth once they gain their independence, and these are it's not everybody's who plays this game, but just a group. And you can see their commonwealths, their population, their total commonwealth population, meaning everybody in their commonwealth plus theirs, their GDP, tells you the civilization they are, where they are on the map, payroll assistance rates, how they help you, their taxes. And if you scroll all the way down, here are the AI. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend doing it. It's not needed anymore. But yeah, you can see they're all different type of planets. But let's join. I know a few of these people. Here we go. This guy right here, he's in my. There's a feature in the game called Federations. It's basically a group of Commonwealth leaders in another group, and that's what makes up a federation. So we're going to join him. This is this is the 1% tip. Cocky, I know. But so we clicked into that. This basically just says there might be offensive language. You know, if you click yes, you're agreeing that this is okay. Alright. Oh, and that's another thing. So I already messed up. I will keep a tally of how many mess ups I have. So who you pick your commonwealth with, their race determines your race, and you cannot change that until you create a new colony. So this guy that I clicked on, he is United Earth, so we will automatically be United Earth. Now there's different types of planet types, world types, and they're all unique to different civilizations or factions. Each faction has unique worlds like the lava world, or asteroid, or abandoned world, and so forth. And you can see right here how hard they are, medium, hard, and it gives you a brief description of everything. If you're a brand new player, I would recommend one of these three. I don't like Earth. Red Planet's okay. Lunar's probably my favorite, but I played a couple of these, and it's fun once you understand the game. It's kind of fun to grind a little bit, you know. But let's go ahead and click Lunar. A lifeless moon with no atmosphere and relatively low early game resources. A difficult world to start on, but can pay off later. So we'll click that. Now, here's another option, single city or region. Single city is what it is, single city. You can expand it, but you're limited. Not very many people, a lot of people start at single city, then this region, it requires the premium feature, which is what I was talking about earlier. Once you upgrade, you can do a region. So this is unlocked for me already, obviously. So a lot of people, they start off with single city, and if they like the game enough, they eventually start here. But for this, we're gonna do a region because I have some different ideas for more videos down the road, and it's gonna require a region. So start a new region. A region consists of many small cities built next to each other. Region cities share a common resource pool, including tax, research, power, and atmo levels. So that's pretty handy. It's pretty cool. Oof. Let's just, there we go. Alright, so here's our world, our lunar world. Now you see we have a small city or a medium city. Your population, your power, bandwidth, money, food, water, and wheels. Over here, this centers you. This is for bulldozing, destroying stuff. This is to find a rover. We'll get into some of this other stuff here. Let's plop down our first. I used to build right in this center, but when you start filling this region up, which takes quite a while, I've been working on my region for a year, it gets messy, so I've since learned just to start off in the corner, and you could do a blank map or normal resource levels. We're going to do normal resource levels. This is our first city. Don't do a blank map for your first city. Welcome, you have founded a new colony with colonial charter from Tep, Vinland. Your goal is to turn this desolate world into a thriving civilization. To get started, select your rover in order to begin harvesting. Once you have collected at least 10 reg, select your lander and start a second rover. Okay. So you can see this is kind of transparent. That's because I clicked this button, this display mode earlier. Now you can see it's just color coded, and there it is. Just to kind of show you. Alright. We can delete it, and a lot of people don't know this, but if you click this, it is now floating, and you can send it wherever you want. And then you hit the lander again, and it lands. Alright, so here's your rover. You start off with one all the time. You can click that guy and right click on a material to harvest, or let me get him. Or you can select them, come down here, click harvest. It tells you what he's doing. He's harvesting. I don't know if you can see this, but it's a green arrow. It always points to where they're going. And look, we got 10 right here. He's gonna go back for some more. Honestly, this one's, well, they're about equal distance, I suppose. Yeah, this one might be closer. We'll tell him to go here. Okay, we should be able to build some rovers. So we're going to go to all vehicles. And if you individually select it, it will build one. Or if you right click on these, you can enter the amount you want. But obviously, I'm not going to build that much. Or if you select this and you go to this build option, it tells you the cost 6 wheels. We have 19 left. We'll build another one. Now you can group these, and grouping means you take all your drones, all your rovers, all your robots of the same type, and you group them into one unit. They move as one single unit, but they collect and harvest and build as many, and that really helps the performance on your computer or any device. So we're gonna select him. We're gonna double click him, and you can see it selected all the ones I have. It tells you how many you have. If you come over here, it says group units. Now this looks like one, but it's actually 3 of them. If I can click it, it tells you group 3 harvesting. So now a single rover harvests 10, so now we're going to get 30 each time. I'm going to build one more just because he landed behind here. We're going to group him. Now we got 4 harvesting. Go back to buildings here. Let's see, we need 100 reg for a small helium extractor. Now, I could have went to my main colony and sent resources to this one. I might do that, but I kind of want to grind it with you guys. I haven't really been at this level for a long time, so you guys might see me pause and try to think of the order of operations I gotta go about this. I've been an in-game player for over 2 years, so it's kind of, you kind of forget some of the small steps you gotta take in the building process to build up. So I do want to grind, but for the video's sake, I might send over some resources just to speed it up. Otherwise, this is gonna be like an hour-long video. I'm gonna try to stop it at 30, just so you guys know. But yeah, so I'm gonna just let this build up. I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit. Like I said, I might pause. That's kind of me thinking of all the steps I gotta take. But other than that, I'll show you some of this. Go to settings, save your colony. Now, when I talked about, okay, payroll. It is time to pay your workers. Total payroll costs for this period are $0. You'll see that you can reject or you can pay. We'll pay this one, but we'll reject the next one. You always want to save. I was talking about bugs earlier. This game is great, but it has its bugs, and eventually you will have corrupted data, or something crazy will happen. You'll lose your you'll lose your progress. This is like the 27th trial video I've taken for you guys, but the last video I was about halfway done, and it just stopped on me. All of a sudden I lost everything. So I thought about posting that video, but I figured I'd make one more new one. So anyway, so you want to save, and you want to go to your settings, and then go to engine settings. Scroll all the way down till you see autosave frequency. Make sure that's often. Backup saves on. That's gonna help ensure your progress. And if you go to statistics, if you go to settings, statistics, overview, here's the name. You just click it, and you can change your name again. The date you founded, total playtime 4 minutes. Colony age and game time. Apparently our colony has been on this moon for a month. Colony sync. This is a pretty cool website. I'm going to click this on. It syncs our progress with this website. Type in colony.space. It'll bring it up for you. Small description. Let's go with just that. Colony color. There we go. That's the color we want. Sure. Flag. You can make your own flag here. I mean, you can do just about. I've seen some pretty cool creations. I'll just make something stupid here. You can add logos. You can blow them up and get rid of them. But add parts. There's all kinds of parts you can do. Cool stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm just, yeah, sure. But all the letters, different symbols. You can make it bigger or larger. But yeah, so there's our flag. Population, 2 deaths, births, your age distribution here. Government approval rating 50%. Top citizen concerns. Now read this. This is very important. That these are factors contributing to colonist unhappiness. For example, it is not saying that 30% of your citizens have depression, but rather 30% of your citizens who are mad or upset because of depression. And each one's color coded. That's normal when you're just starting off. If your approval rating drops too low, your colonists will riot until you fix it. Go to economy, GDP. Apparently our colony's worth 18 grand already. Unemployment 100%. Perfect, good numbers. Kidding. You go to resources. This shows your ins and your outs, inflows, outflows. Utilities. Now, encyclopedia. A lot of new players either don't know this exists or they just ignore it. This has everything you need. Video tutorials, probably way better than what you're watching from me. Civilizations, here's the floor in the game. It tells you a little background story. Cool stuff. Buildings, of course, each faction has their own unique buildings. And you can see there's quite a few here. I'm still scrolling. There we go. Terrains. This is what like these are right here. Let's see. Buildings. I think I already showed you that. That's my bad. Vehicles. But planet types. Earth, like red planet, lunar. Sugarland. I forgot. Sugarland is a thing. Ice world. Desert world. technologies, you can search a technology, and it tells you tech requirement. You can dive into that deeper. Well, then you can see what that one needs, and you can keep going all the way down. But so yeah, it's pretty handy. I recommend taking a quick overview. If you don't know what the next step is, definitely take a look at it. But we're gonna plop down. Sorry, 20 minutes in and we're building our first building. I apologize. I like to give you guys a solid background first and then start building. But here's a small helium extractor. It requires 1 power, costs 100 reg. We're gonna click OK. Now he's gonna build that. And built. Okay. You know what? We're gonna build another one. You can click on this and click the plus sign. Now, yep. This guy, small helium extractor, we're getting helium. You can sell, build another one, rotate it. But here's the building chart. This chart's on all the buildings you build. You click the chart, tells you what it is, tell you how many you got. There's the encyclopedia option. Let's reject. You have decided not to pay your workers. Activated power consumption. If you don't pay your workers, I'm pretty sure that affects their happiness too. Just a FYI. Reg, it's producing 5.55 a minute. Helium, 11.09 a minute. Delete all, deactivate all. So, good stuff. Handy information right there. And just really boost this, we're going to build another one. Tell this guy to start harvesting again. So we need. See, we're already maxed on the power, so I'm going to go ahead and you can destroy it or you can sell it and get a little bit back. We're going to build this reg compactor, mechanically compact raw reg down into material ore. Ore is your basic building block for everything. So we're going to do that. Go back. Tells you how much you need. Alright, so this guy, click the chart, he's taking in 23, almost 24 reg a minute, and he's producing, well, it's a 1-for-1 ratio, right, as you can see. That's how much ore he's producing for us. So now we got ore coming in, and you can see a bunch of buildings popped up. You won't see the option to build a building unless you have all of its components you need, or a component, I mean. We needed ore for this, and ore. Once we got ore, all these buildings spring up. Solar panel, water, greenhouse, small vehicle factory. We're going to want to probably build a solar panel as quick as we can to get some extra power, and then we'll have to put down a greenhouse and water. So, oh boy, this is going to be a while. Well, tell you what, I'm not going to send any resources over for my main colony. I'm going to try to grind this as long as I can. You can actually basically starve your colony to death and get in big trouble with it. You can already see right here I'm actually out of food. But so maybe we'll sell something, build a greenhouse once we get enough ore. Well, let's do that. Let's sell this guy once we get enough. And come on. There we go. Let's plop down a greenhouse. Let's get some food. Alright, so we're going to produce some food. And some of these things, as you can see, they take up quite a bit of ore. I'm going to grind, so when you guys see my main actual colony, and you see the billions and billions of resources I have, you can kind of sort of appreciate or understand how long it actually takes to build up. It's a real patient game, got to be patient with it, but it pays off. It's pretty cool. Like I said, we're approaching the 30-minute mark. Once we do that, I'm going to shut the video down and let this game build up, and then I will resume it, and that will be episode 2. I know I've watched some other videos, and I know they've built a lot more in their first episode, but I feel like I've hit you guys with a lot of background info, So I prefer that way. Um, I prefer to give you guys as much info before starting the game so you kind of have an understanding and then you see it built. I watch some other YouTube content creators, which, you know, way better than me at this, but they've built massive colonies their first video, but I feel like I gave you guys more info than they did. Um, Sorry if that's not. I'm sorry you didn't get to see much, and I want to apologize for the crappy video and audio quality here. This is, like I said, this is my very first video. I do have a pretty decent microphone. I'm still kind of learning uh, how to for the microphone settings, and I'm just learning as I go here. So any suggestions or advice you guys have for that, you can post in the comments. I'll definitely be eager to read them. Um, but yes, we're gonna, let's see here. We might build, well, that takes 150 ore. So yeah, we're only at 50. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video and I'm gonna let this build up. I won't build any buildings until I start recording again, but I'm just gonna build it up because if I sit here and just wait, I mean, it's gonna take a long time. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it, and I'm gonna hit you guys with a lot more info the next episode, but you're gonna see a bunch of more building. So thanks for watching and thanks for sticking through this. Videos will definitely get better as I learn and get a lot better at this, but until then, I'm gonna be out of here, and I'll hope to see you guys in the next video. Mistake number 2. Can't figure out how to quit the video here. Something's wrong. And there we go. Well, that's not right. Kind of embarrassing. Oh, didn't mess up too much and then this end of the video. Jeez.